Assalamu alaikum, that Muslim dude here. I wanted to talk about how a lot of young brothers, mainly ones who convert to Islam, not all, but some, they convert to Islam and, they have these, I don't know, maybe something in their life, had them, grew up in grew up in a hostile situation like I've always grew up in, a hostile situation most of the time. And, and you see things on TV, what happens to Muslims, and, you're taught that, we got to protect each other and look after each other. And, when another Muslim's in need and in trouble, we got to go help them out. And that's what we got to do. But a lot of these young brothers, they seem to be misguided on their wanting to do jihad and help other Muslims. So therefore, they go to illegal and a lot of times and mostly haram ways of wanting to go and blow somebody up. A lot of times they'll get hooked on somebody. I don't know, either an agent or they're just crazy, and they'll get pulled into this. Look what's happening to our brothers and sisters over in Iraq and Pakistan, Afghanistan, and then they'll get pulled into that. And then they'll get on this jihad war path, and that's all they'll talk about, and if you try to talk to them, they'll block you out. And then when they go try to do this stuff, they either get killed, they do something crazy or haram, like blow themselves up, which is haram, straight up. They'll get themselves killed, they'll get their head shot off or shot up, or they'll plan this type of stuff and want to do it and start talking and then look around and get locked up because they get head up in the FBI or police thing, and then they're locked up to Guantanamo Bay or some far off prison somewhere, never getting out of prison. Or if they get out of prison, they're so old, their life is about to end anyway. It seemed like I knew a lot of young brothers who did this, who went over to Somalia or who tried to do stuff like this. And when I saw a few of them mainly going down this path, I tried to talk to them, but I guess they weren't listening because a lot of these dudes get on these I don't know, it's like little commercials, jihad commercials, you know what I'm saying? These dudes with big beards and turbans, they'll get behind some flag of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, like it's some type of stage prop, or they'll use a gun or Quran or something, astaghfirullah, and they'll get up there and they'll start talking about what's going on, and these brothers need to come to arms and death to America. A lot of them, they come from these countries already, and then they'll just promote violence and straight up, not talking about anything positive, and not talking about that the jihad mainly is mostly the inner struggle and whatnot, and that you got to work on your inner self and then work on your outer. In terms of what's going on around you, in terms of like, your community needs help. Like I mentioned in one of my videos, go help volunteer. You know what I'm saying? Why get on this violent mode and just wanting to go travel somewhere that a lot of times isn't what it seemed. A lot of times these dudes, they'll be using young dudes to go and fight jihad, which really is nothing but just a cover up for them to use a lot of times converts or young men who feel bad of what they used to do when they were younger, and just use them as basically cannon fodder, like mercenaries. Like, okay, well, you got to go overseas and fight jihad, and like they done sent like thousands of these young dudes over there, or hundreds of them, however many they've sent over there, and they get themselves killed while they sitting back, throwing up videos, on YouTube, whatever. And putting this stuff up and using the name of Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to continue their violence, needless violence mostly, because killing innocent people is not jihad and it's not fighting anybody. It's just murdering people. That's all you're doing. So young dudes out there, I don't know if you see this, and some brothers may not agree with me. I'm not denouncing jihad. I'm just saying the way that a lot of brothers are going about it is the wrong way, and a lot of young brothers, they're pretty gun ho. They don't sit back and read their deen and check out their deen and read about what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was about, and check out different scholars, not just get latched on one scholar like he's your father and just be in awe on what he says. Check out different scholars and listen to what they're saying, and read the Quran and study it, and and find out the true message in terms of Islam is not all about violence. It's about fighting when you need to, either protect another Muslim, or like which is in a proper way, or in defense of yourself or your deen. But just to go over there to fight and just to blindlessly go over there and fight because some dude tells you to go fight. What is that? A lot of times you're not going to fight in jihad. You're going to fight some little tribal issue, or they tell you to go fight the American soldiers, and a lot of times somewhere back in the back channel somewhere they invite them over there in the first place, and now they want you to go over there and go fight because something didn't go right. So now they want you over there to go and get yourself killed, and a lot of times it's not worth it. And so I just want young brothers to know that to sit back, check out your deen. And when you go do this type of stuff, think twice, and because a lot of it's not worth it, and a lot of times you're putting your family at risk, because once they find out that you're doing this, they're gonna come after your family, and it's gonna cause them issues in yourself, and you're gonna be locked up in prison with some big old dude, getting raped all the time, because you made a poor choice and you didn't sit down and listen to your brain or listen to maybe the signs Allah was trying to tell you that this was not jihad, and this is not Islam, and this is just some dude out there recruiting young people like the military recruits young people to go and fight some war for a bunch of dudes in turbans and living fat off the hog or a goat, and sitting back and watch you all die, and then turn around and they all make backwater deals, whether it's the military or so-called jihad groups, So that Muslim dude out there throwing a message to young brothers and some sisters, to think and sit and chill and study your deen and help and volunteer, and only Allah knows what He has in store for you. All right, peace. That Muslim dude out.